Hey guys, welcome back. So for today's video, we're gonna be shopping my stash for the month of March. That is so crazy. And this is basically just gonna be the makeup that I'm focusing on using this month. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna use any other makeup this month, but this is just the makeup I'm trying to make sure I use so I get use out of everything that is in my stash. Because I have a pretty large stash of makeup and I just have a problem with buying more. But I just filmed this look using the new Jeffree Star Bloodlust palette, so I will link that down below if you are interested in my thoughts on it. And what I'm gonna do is just basically go in order from how I do my face products. So if you're interested in seeing what I picked for March, let's get into it. For primers, what I have, I had this in my last month. It's the Smashbox Photo Finish So Chill Coconut Primer Water. I'm trying to use this up, so I'm gonna include it until I use it up. I love it. I just spray it on my face before I go in with like a more pore filling primer or a just any other primer. I use this as a base and I really enjoy it. I have two more primers. I'm gonna try and finish using this Yensa Color and Face Tone Up Essential Glow Primer. I really like this, and we're about to start getting into the summer months where I need a more mattifying primer. But this one does a really good job at controlling my oils. Because where I live, it's literally like it gets 30 degrees, then it jumps up to 70, and I am feeling it. But I do need a more like mattifying primer in the hotter months, so I find this one works really well. So if it gets hot again, I'm going to use this one. And then the last one, I have used a pretty good bit of this one. It is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. Really love this one. The blue one, I think is First Light, didn't work well with my skin, but this one does. And if you have a combination oily skin type and you want a glowy primer, highly recommend this one because it works really, really well. Moving on to complexion products, I have two foundations I'm really going to be focusing on this month. The first one is this Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick. Now, I've never used a foundation stick before, but my sister did not want this, so I took it, and this is how much I've used of it already. I really enjoy it. I've never tried anything really from Makeup Forever, but this is just like, if I'm only working like my morning shift, I'll use this one, because by the time afternoon rolls around, my face does start to look a little bit separated, but I really love the finish of this. It's just not the most long wearing, so for that reason I don't think I would ever repurchase it, but I do really enjoy it. And the second foundation is the L'Oreal 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I use the shade 400. This is my holy grail foundation. I absolutely adore it. I didn't repurchase it when I ran out just because I had so many foundations that I've been trying to use up, but I missed it so much I repurchased it. Now I'm going to put it in my drawer because I want to use it. And the last one I'm going to try and focus on is the Nude Illusion Liquid Foundation from Wander Beauty. We got this in Ipsy. We got this in Ipsy. And I used it in my full face of subscription box makeup try on, and I really liked it, but I want to try it with like some of my everyday products just because I used it with everything that came like in the subscription boxes that month, so it wasn't my normal like routine. So I want to try and use this in my routine that I normally do, so I can give you guys like a do I actually like it and do I actually think it's worth the money type of review. And I have three concealers. I have the Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. Now, I don't know my thoughts fully on this one. Everybody seems to love it, and I think it's okay. Don't think it's great, but I do want to use it since I purchased it. And I'm going to try and finish up this ColourPop concealer. This is the regular concealer formula and the Pretty Fresh concealer formula. I want to try using these like side by side so I can tell you which one I like better, what I think would be better for you. So far, I really like the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Concealer a lot better because I do have dry under eyes, but this one's a really good one as well. So I just want to, you know, just use these side by side. both of these are this one is shade Fair 10N and this one is shade Fair 6. They look almost the same color. Next, we're moving on to powder. I have this Ciate London Everyday Vacay coconut setting powder that we got in BoxyCharm this month. I used this, like I said, with the Water Beauty foundation, and I really like this setting powder. I used it today to set my face, and I'm liking it. So we're gonna try it and put it to the test with all of my other foundations just to try it out and make sure that it is good. Then we have my Essence Brighten Up powder, which will probably be in every single one just because I use it to brighten up my under eyes and my T-zone. Love this stuff. Next, we have bronzer, blush, and highlight. So I really have been wanting to finish up this palette. So I use this shade mostly in this palette, and then I do use the blushes when I do my face, but like you can tell, I have well loved this bronzer. This is the Balm in the Balm of Your Hand Volume 2 palette. We got an Ipsy a long time ago, but I love that bronzer. I had a full size, I ran out, so I started using this one, and it's really good. So I want to try and finish it up so I can get rid of this palette, because really the only thing I use is this, and then I'll use those when I am using this. The next thing is this blush and highlight, like it's a liquid, or not liquid, cream highlight and blush from Kosas Cosmetics. I love this cream highlight. It is so beautiful. Like when I, in the summertime, if I'm going to the pool or something, I'll literally just put it everywhere I want to be glowy. And sometimes I like wearing it just like under my makeup for that lit from within glow. But I haven't used it in a really long time, so I want to try and use that. And then I was going through my makeup and I found this. And this is the Huda Beauty 3D Highlight Palette. It has 1 cream and 3 highlights. Now this one is definitely going to be too yellow, and this one's going to be a blush topper. But I can definitely use this one. It's beautiful. It's a very blinding highlight, but I think I've only used this like once or twice, so I want to give it a fair shot and give it some use, because if I don't, then I'm just gonna declutter it. Oh, I forgot a powder. Going back to powder, this Velvetizer powder is what I used to set my under eyes by Urban Decay. Oh my gosh, this stuff is so good. I just recently bought it from TJ Maxx, and I cannot believe I went this long without it. If you have problems setting your under eyes and getting it to stay like cakeless, creaseless look, just so smooth and airbrushed, get that Urban Decay Velvetizer powder and try it under your eyes, because I'm telling you, it is a game changer for me. Like it has, I've been using it for like 2 weeks and it has moved to like holy grail status for me. Love it. And the last blush is the powder blush that I'm going to talk about. It's this Hourglass Diffused Heat Blush. I just got it. I've always wanted an Hourglass blush, and I've never had an Hourglass blush or powder before. And I'm so excited I finally got one. So I'm going to use that literally all month. So moving into palettes, I have 5 palettes that I'm going to show you. And the first one is this Just Peachy Mattes by Too Faced. Had this for a while, but I really love it for the spring months, and we're moving into the time where I want to start using more peachy, corally, pinky, springy, bright looks, and this is a great palette to have for like those types of looks, because you can create an all matte look, or you can pull from this palette and then use a shimmer from a different one. I've had this Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions for a while, and I mainly just use 2 colors out of it, but I want to venture out and use a few more. And it has a couple of darker colors just in case I want to be, you know, a little vampy. Like this is a very vampy red right here. So we're going to play with this palette. The next palette is probably my favorite spring palette of all time. If I could tell you one palette to get for spring, it'd be this one. I think I'm gonna do like my spring must-haves in a video, so if you would be interested in seeing that, let me know. But this Sweet Talk palette by ColourPop is just so dang beautiful, and it has the shimmers you need, the corals you need, a couple of darker shades if you want to create like a night look. Oh my gosh, if I could pick one palette to use all spring, it'd be this one. Absolutely love it. And then I need to pan more of this palette. I've had this thing for so long. This was the first high-end palette I ever bought, and I feel like it's just such a perfect spring and summer palette if you're wanting a neutral go-to everyday palette. So out of all of the Anastasia palettes, Soft Glam is absolutely hands down my favorite. And then the last palette is, I'm so excited, the Blood Sugar palette. And I haven't even touched it yet, but it's so pretty. And I'm gonna be using this one so much because it has so many neutral shades, so many beautiful shimmers and pinks, and it's so beautiful. I'm so excited to use this one. I think I'm gonna do a look with it for a video, just because it's beautiful. And then I don't really switch up my eyebrow products that much. I'm gonna be using the same old ColourPop brow pencil that I always use, and I need to use up this mascara. It's the Thrive mascara. I don't really open up too many mascaras at one time just because I toss them like every 3 months. So I use like 2 at a time, and then I'll go through them, and then I'll rotate to a different 2 just because I don't want to get an eye infection. And I am an Enneagram 6, and I am just scared of everything. So that's where we are at. Speaking of Enneagrams, let me know your Enneagram down below, and if any of you are 6s, I feel you're a pain of everything a 6 has to go through every day. But this is going to be all the products I'm going to be using for March. So let me know if any of your favorites are in this. Let me know your Enneagram down below. Please subscribe, stick around. I'd love to keep you, and I will see you guys in the next video.